Hi, I'm George and this is Dave, and we're coming to you from Acme Guitar Works, and we wanted to tell you about this guitar that we just hot rodded. We just recently did another guitar just like this, and it proved to be so popular that we did another one. This is a Blacktop Telecaster, which is a Mexican guitar made by Fender. We're an authorized Fender dealer, and we buy these guitars and then we hot rod them. So we basically do to them what we think is cool and what we think makes them better guitars. They play great and they sound great when we're finished with them. Not that they don't from Fender, but we really customize them, and they still go out the door at really reasonable prices. So I'm going to tell you about the guitar, and then Dave's going to demonstrate it. I'll start at this end. So one of the things we did is we deglossed the back of the neck just to make it feel a little bit more slippery. There's actually a hard line here where it transitions from the gloss on the back of the headstock to the back of the neck. So it's coupled with the rosewood. It's a really smooth feeling guitar, and we did a fret level crown and polish on this guitar as well. This guitar ships from Fender with a 9.5-inch fretboard radius and with pretty tall fret wire. So you can really get best case action out of this guitar. In fact, right now it's set up as good as any guitar at any price, $4,000, $5,000 bucks, whatever. This is as good as guitars get. And we were able to do that because we did a fret level crown and polish. And so when you get the frets really level with each other, and then you do a nice crown, which means re-rounding the tops of the frets, and then polish them out. We buff them so they have a high luster, and they don't have a bunch of scratches and things. So it makes it comfortable to bend the strings, but that allows us to get best case action. And the other thing that helps with that is we replace the nut, and we put a bone nut on it, and the bone nut we've taken care with the slots that we have consistent string spacing, and we also have the slot depth low enough that even down here where guitars sometimes feel a little bit high, the action can feel a little high, it feels really great on this guitar because of the attention that we put into the nut. And a bone is a sort of an upgrade from plastic. It's a harder material. It's the traditionally preferred material on high-end guitars, but you don't usually see it on guitars at this price point. So it plays great because of those things, and then we did some things to help it along tonally. One of the things we did down here is we replaced the stock saddles with Callahan bent steel saddles. These are just more heavily made and more nicely made than what comes on the guitar. They're really premium, and so we want the guitar to be all it can be. So we put Lindy Fralin humbuckers on this guitar. Fralin has the golden reputation for in the sort of the boutique pickup market. He's been doing it a long time. He really knows how to make great PAF style pickups, and this is an 8K and a 9K basically PAF style humbuckers. But we wanted to do the wiring a little differently than it's normally done with two humbucker Telecasters. We used a three-way switch, just like Fender did, but we replaced it with a CRL switch that's got the better quality switch. All the way forward is the neck humbucker, back is the bridge humbucker, and in the middle are these two pickups in parallel. Wired just like a Gibson. But we put a stacked volume knob on this because we want to have separate volume control for each pickup. And the reason that we've done that is because we've also done a mod that we'll call the Peter Green mod. So if you're not familiar with Peter Green, he was the original guitar player, actually a co-founder of Fleetwood Mac, and he had a Sunburst Les Paul that has become iconic. It was owned for many years after that by Gary Moore, and that guitar evidently at some point somebody had worked on one of the humbuckers, and it's believed generally that they must have flipped the magnet in it because that pickup was out of phase with the other pickup. And because of that, it had a distinctive tonality that became sort of associated with Peter Green. And so there are people out there doing the Peter Green mod, which basically is putting the two pickups out of phase. We've done that by using this little switch right here. This switch is a low profile push button switch. I'm toggling between the up and down positions, but in either position it's low profile. And what it does is it puts the pickups either in phase or out of phase. So like the Peter Green thing, if you're in the middle position, phase is only is a relative thing. So in the neck or the bridge positions, the switch doesn't do anything. But it's only when the two pickups are on that in one switch position they're in phase like they would normally be, and then in the other position they're out of phase, and you can kind of get that, you know, Peter Green out of phase humbucker thing. And because we've given you independent volume controls, you can adjust one or the other and get some pretty dramatic tonal shading that you would not be able to get if you just had a single volume control. We have to modify this pot in order to do it properly, but in any case, it's a pretty cool thing. We use Fender stock knobs with it, but this tone control is tied to this push button switch in such a way that it acts like a normal tone control, but it has multiple capacitor values to select from. If I took the two screws off the control plate, held it in my hand, there are some switches on the back I could flip to turn different value capacitors on or off, so I can adjust this tone control to function the way I want it to function. So it's just a little bit more customizability. So anyway, that's it. It's a pretty, it's a really cool guitar, I think. Dave's going to play it and show you how great it sounds.
Okay, well, we'll start with both pickups on this one so we can hear this bass switch. Some drastically different sounds by just moving one of those volume controls a bit. On the mids, like almost like a wah.
Yeah.
Like when a wah was in the. Switch out. Let's go back to a cleaner tone. Neck pickup. heavier distortion on it. Go back to that out of phase sound. I like that. And they're really dynamic pickups if you play soft.
That
Cleans up.
sounds great where you were just going there. That sounds fantastic.
But also, there's gain if you dig in hard.
That's big, man. That sounds
Yeah.
really great.
Cool, cool.
We have a friend here off camera you can't see. He's enjoying the tones too. So, what are you on the middle pickup?
Yeah, I'm out
The
of
middle?
phase right now in the middle.
What's it sound like the bridge with that kind of gain?
Everything up.
That's a great guitar. So anyway, check out our website. This guitar may be gone by the time you see this video, but we've got more. And we are always hot rodding guitars like this. They're always great, and they're always very reasonably priced. So if you don't see what you something that you want, then just give us a call, and we can make something to order. See you next time.